thing is so ugly. Okay, here we go. Oh, the sun's peeking through. The sun's peeking through. Where is it? There it is. Hi, Angela. Hold on, I'm trying to. Here we go. It's starting to rain a little bit, but I can always catch the sun peeking out over here. There we go. How are you? So I did my live earlier today, but I guess my phone was on my lap and I ran into a lot of Wi-Fi or internet problems. I kept buffering. Yeah, it is, isn't it? Deep breath. I'm tired. Deep breath. It was hot today. I'll tell you, it never fails. Logging back onto YouTube, and there's a shit show somewhere. And so I was having dinner tonight with company, and I get a text. You gotta go to Alicia's Science Girls chat. She's streaming Mummy Ramblings, where Mummy Ramblings says you called her husband a pedo. And I'm like, for fuck's sake. People. Do we not know by now Merb never shows proof? Ever. So I bounced in there and I said, no, that is not true. Alicia was fine. I mean, Merb lies. I don't think Alicia watches Merb enough recently. Just like when the ex-Ramblers were in there, I didn't watch Merb. So, so there's a lot she doesn't know. So, no, I never called Jimmy pedo. He worked at a school where kids were abused physically, mentally, sexually. But no, I have no proof he ever did anything. So, Merb, I'd like to see the proof. Show the proof. Ding dong. Jeez. She's something else, huh, guys? I was driving on my way home and I'm thinking, you know, Merb, she needs a vacation, like a true social media completely off of social media. And look at my thumbnail. It's the picture, the guy picking up like a screen. It's like that movie, Jim Carrey was in it when he was living on a TV set and didn't know it until his boat, the bow of his boat, the stern, no, the bow, went through the screen and he realized his life was in a movie. And that's Merb. You know, and she really needs a break. And she's so hooked on wanting to be on the algorithm, which isn't helping her anyway. And she'll get her money from her memberships. I don't know if she has a Patreon. So completely put the phone down. I think it would do her good. I think only then, if it isn't too late, will she realize that none of this is worth it, Merb. How you feeling today, Merb? Feel better that you got it all off your chest without any proof? Of course not. because she can't get away from social media. Somebody told me that she was in chats today, or, she's like side-eyeing other creators between Zav Girl shit. The girl made a mistake, all right? She made a mistake. Live and learn, all right? How else do humans grow into better human beings? You know what I mean? We all make mistakes. We all have made some pretty shitty mistakes in our life. So people are just out to like annihilate her, threats, or like wants her channel down for making a mistake. A poor judgment call, okay, by showing the Gannon pictures. Listen, you want to go after somebody for that, go after the state of Florida or Colorado or whatever state released those pictures. Florida, I think. Go after them and make a positive change to protect children in the future from these sorts of things. That's my opinion. But, let's go after Zav Girl. I don't even know her, but I heard that, she's lost a lot of subscribers, and that's what people want, right? They want her channel. They want her gone. But that's YouTube. Is this live? Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Dee Dee, hello. Dee Dee, thank you. I've been watching some of your live streams, the replays. Just want to let you know. I'm not on a lot, but, oh, okay. All right, let's get a better, yeah, isn't that pretty? How are you, Dee Dee? Merv needs a break. She needs a life. I think a break, it starts with a break. It's almost like when someone's addicted to drugs. It's almost like them going into detox. Like, you really don't know what the problem is until you get them off the drug, right? You can't diagnose somebody when they're on a substance. And that's not saying Merv is on any illicit substances. What I'm saying is social media is a drug. It hits the dopamine centers of our brain. We get dopamine hits, right? So until she takes a complete break, oh, now my windshield. Oh, for God's sakes. Let me clear up the windshield. Ooh, that's wild. Look at that sun. Oh, for God's sakes. Put the froster on. We're eating fettuccine Alfredo, yummy, salad, Texas toast, and broccoli and green beans. Sounds good. And we're having Bible study. My friends come over to dinner, so that's nice. Enjoy. Look, I take breaks. I'm not on YouTube like I used to be. Because even like last night, my phone was bzz, 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 bzz. Merv was going off. I went in there. I could only stand it for 3 minutes. I'm like, I'm going back to bed. But yeah, she's off the wall. She's doxing, and look at people. We're all pissed at somebody, right? But how far do you take it? And it doesn't work. When do we figure out, for all the people that hit the live button every single day, every day, we've all been accused of something, right? And how's it working for you? Every day going live, trying to prove yourself. You know your truth, but how's that working for you? Is it rinse, repeat? Is it rinse and repeat? It's not working. It doesn't work for anybody. It doesn't. And all it does is get people's blood pressure up, gets people going, gets people upset. Some people enjoy it maybe because they have a sickness about them that they like to, sadistic kind of trait inflicting pain on people. But the majority of us, I would think it's bothersome. I would think it's bothersome. You're right, Dee Dee. No, you can't diagnose or even deal with people when they're addicted. Yeah, and that's to anything, not just illicit drugs or any kind of drugs, actually. There's a lot of pharmaceutical drugs that screw with your mind, too. Narcotics, benzos, they alter our minds, our way of thinking, or feeling pain, which why a lot of people become addicted to pain meds, because it shuts down the pain receptors, even on an emotional level. So, I don't know. I don't like how Merb is very accusatory. And like I said, how's it working for her? It doesn't. It doesn't. I mean, she's bringing up things from 3 years ago, and, we have to evolve as humans through life, We have to move forward and try to put the past in the past, and learn from it. Yeah. None of us are perfect. I'm not perfect. I'm brought up because I accused her husband of being a pedophile. Wrong. I'd like to see the proof. And come sue me. I'd love to see you in court. In fact, are you coming to court by any chance in Massachusetts, Merb? For the case for someone you're suing now? Because I'd love to see you. I'd love to meet you. BBT and I have already met. But you're... Yeah, let's meet. I'll take you out for coffee. How about that? My treat. I'll even buy you a Happy Meal. Hey, Jason, how are you? She started using it for pain and became angry at the world and paranoid, thinking that I was out to get her. Yeah. And as I said in my earlier live that was screwed up because I kept losing service, is that you threaten to sue like 30 people, right? Accusing Hello Starlight of bogus things. Going after clip channels. And I believe she went after PBO, who doesn't even cover Merb. I checked. I'm like, did they just make a video? No. Her mind is like, it's spent. It's spent. So by her actions, someone can counter sue her, counterclaim. And I don't think Merb's got that kind of money. And I said earlier, any lawyer, even the dumbest lawyer out there, or the, lawyer who just made it through past his board by the skin of his teeth, are smart enough to tell their client, don't talk about it on the internet. So she's an epic fail at that. No lawyer is going to take her multiple lawsuit cases. And Merb, you're welcome over here anytime to take a link. Anytime. What I said about your husband is a fact. That he worked at a school where children were mentally, emotionally, and sexually abused. That's what I said. So, but Merb doesn't operate that way. So, yes. So, but there's the other side of Merb that craves attention. She likes to be in control. And someone mentioned it in Science Girls chat. Do you remember when she reached out to, who was that guy that used to cover Save Robbie all the time? Emailed him and wanted him to go after a true crime creator. This is what she does behind the scenes. And This is a competition for her. And again, everyone, when the Watts case came out, everyone did phenomenal, right? Anyone could have picked up the case. I could have picked it up and made probably some money off of it and done well, because discovery, pages and pages and pages of discovery was there. You didn't have to pay for it. You didn't have to fill out a FOIA. Nothing. And after that, boom, when the Watts case was over, people were like still on it. It's like wringing a wet towel and still trying to get that little last drop of water out of that towel, right? And then you saw people's sub counts go down, or the numbers of people in chat went down drastically, because it was over. It was over. So when you try to come back from something like that, and that's the shitty thing about social media and being a creator, if you rely on it, especially as your livelihood, that you got to be on the top of your game, that you shouldn't look, it should be about what your presentation, how you present any case to your audience, okay? That should be of interest. Your presentation, not the case, okay? Gray Hughes is good at that. He can bring up any case. He can bring up cold cases from 50 years ago and make it interesting, okay? But if y'all gonna wait around for some big, huge case to come around, it's not going to work. So you have to work on yourself, your presentation, how you sell a product, your channel. And so instead, Mummy Ramblings rather blame all of us, everybody and their uncles and their cousins and their cousins, sisters, nephews, boyfriends, father-in-law, for why her channel isn't as good as it used to be. She thinks in her mind that because people talk about her, and if you look at the views, it's not like any one channel has 100,000 friggin' views talking about Mummy Ramblings. This is a big world. But in her way of thinking, she thinks the whole world is looking at her channel and criticizing her. No, that's not how it works. So, unfortunately for her, that's something she has to work on. Oh, it's raining. She has to work on herself. And that's life. We all get shit on in life, right? We all get shit on. And you pull yourself up by your bootstraps and you keep on going. Keep on going. Gray Hughes speaks well. Rambling sounds stiff because she reads other news. Yeah, nobody likes criticism, right? But that's how we learn, by making mistakes and trying. When I first started making soaps years ago, they were okay. I mean, basic soaps. And then I took it to another level and I started making seaweed soaps, adding exfoliants, natural exfoliants. Then I started making custom soaps with names inside, or toy soaps for children. And it took a while. And I made a lot of mistakes. And I had a lot of soap along the way. But that's how we get better. And, I couldn't blame my customers. If I didn't sell a product, I did pretty well. But if something didn't sell, I didn't blame my customers. So you have to work on yourself. One thing Merb does is she reads articles from other people's work. And I believe in karma. I believe in what you put into the world is what you get back. That's karma. It doesn't mean someone's going to come out to hurt you. Karma means the energy you put out into the universe is what you get back in return, whether it's positive or negative. And it takes hard work to run a business, and it does pay off if you put the time and effort into it. But you can't be blaming other people. She can go on and on and on till kingdom come. You did this one did that. Pink, hello Starlight, hell to the no, Jamie, blah, 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 blah. And what? And what? You think that's a channel people want to come to for true crime? You got the views. So you're going to do it every night? Because I'll tell you, if this is how you operate, stay with drama, Merp. You'll get a better turnout and more views and make more of a profit. You're better at drama than you are at true crime. Stop reading people's articles. Or if you're going to read their articles, give them credit. Tell us who the writer is of the article, what newspaper it's out of. Maybe that person, I'd want the credit. If you say you write a book, of course, Merb's going to write a book, right? She's going after another creator, but changing the names in her book that's on her website. That's pretty sick. But anyway, how would you like it if you wrote that book and you weren't able to put your name to it? Anonymous. That's what you're doing when you read these articles of journalists, reporters, anyone who makes these articles or covers a true crime case, and you don't give them credit. You get more respect and more, I guarantee you get more respect and probably more people if you gave credit where credit was due. But, stick with drama, lady. Because sorry, but you don't do well at true crime. As I probably wouldn't. I wouldn't know where to start. I can talk about cases, but as far as having a true crime channel, no. Give credit where credit is due. Absolutely. Watch Gray for a while. Watch Gray Hughes and see how don't copy him, but watch other true crime channels to see what angle they use and find your own angle. Because what she's doing isn't working. And like I said, the Watts case gave so many creators false hope. That they thought, wow, I did so good covering this case. And then boom, the rug came out from under them. And to those who stayed successful, like Gray Hughes, it's all in his presentation. He could talk about a lost kitten and still pull in the views. Pussycat. Hi. Oh, it's hell for review. Can someone... Why can't I view it? Pin message. Oh, let me pin it since I can't see it. Message pinned. It looked like a good message. Hi, Pussycat. Her personality sucks. I don't have sucks on my block word list. Why did they hold her? Yeah, Pussycat, I agree. Her personality does suck. I guarantee it. Any one of you, when you take a break, and some people may do this already, who don't go on YouTube every day, okay? You go back into real life, reality at a different angle, right? It's like the sky looks bluer, the air smells fresher, well, until you're out of the city. Or not too close to Boston Harbor, but anyway, you know what I mean. So things appear different and are brighter and more positive. And you can look up, and I'll post it in my community page. And Dee Dee, I know I sent you a video of the effects of social media, the toxicity, and what it does, the algorithms, everything, and how Google created these algorithms to do exactly what Merb is doing. This is what they want. They want us fighting. They want us fighting. They want to keep us coming back. You know, get those dopamine hits. And it does affect that part of the brain. We do get those dopamine hits. You know, when you see likes on your channel and you got a lot of them, it gives you that little high for a bit. That's a dopamine hit. So these are just some of the things that Google does, YouTube, to get you to keep coming back. And so I'll post those. There's 2 videos. I'll post them on my community page. They're quite interesting. And I suggest everybody watches them. And I know when I've gotten to the point where enough is enough with YouTube, it's very easy for me just to log off, because I know walking away from social media for a day, I've taken 2 to 3 months off at a time. There's nothing, it's instant reward. It's rewarding. And you don't have fear. You don't feel intimidation. You don't have that anger. You know, there's nothing worse than looking at a screen and someone's hurting you. And you just want to like reach in that screen and like make it go away, to change it, or to shut down that live stream, and you can't. Well, who the hell wants to live like that? So you don't watch. Don't watch. If someone gets you that much, don't watch. Because you can't control it. You can only control what you can. Hey, Dana Leslie. Hey, Jamie, no worries. Yeah, so Jamie, yeah, Merb's on her roll again. Now she's dragging Science Girl. I don't know if it's dragging. I was summoned to Science Girl's channel because someone texted me. I was having dinner with some people, and they're live streaming Merb, and the part where Merb says Pink called Jimmy a pedophile, and I'm like, for God's sakes. So I went, and Alicia's cool. I went over there. I'm like, not true. Show the proof, Merb, you know. But again, Alicia doesn't watch her a lot. I am so tired of hearing Merb using her son to weaponize. Nobody has hurt her children. In fact, the ex-Ramblers who left adored her younger kids, bought them gifts. They took a genuine interest in these children. And she makes it sound like, you know, these were evil. If they were so bad to her kids, then why was she friends with them? That's what I want to know. It's amazing that when people break up, all of a sudden their friendship, right? They're the most horrible person. And if they were that bad, why were you friends with them in the first place? Why? See, if I'm going to break up with you and you were my friend, I'm not going to hit the live button and talk shit, even though we're not friends, because I'm going to show you that that's a friend that I was, that even after a friendship, I wouldn't do that to you, no matter what you do to me, no matter, that's a friendship. But Merb, she just made all that shit up. And we had those days of live streaming when the ex-Ramblers came over. I didn't ask them. They wanted to come over. They wanted to speak their piece. It was great. They did, in hopes that, you know, once we talk about it, these women could move on and heal. But Merb can't stand it. And she'll go radio silence for a while. And then it just gets to her one day. It's like, they're still not talking about me. They're still not, no one's talking about my kids. Nobody's, you know, nobody. And then she'll go live and try to pull you back in. And that's exactly what she's doing. Because that's what a narcissist does. The best revenge is no response to a narcissist at all. And every single rambler I knew and still know left quietly, did not criticize her, did not go live and give her shit. Nobody, not the ex-ramblers I know. And though there's a lot of them. And that's when a narcissist feels they no longer have control. What's a narcissist rock bottom? Sometimes I wonder if Merp's at a rock bottom, but I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't know what a rock bottom is for a narcissist. Hey, Ivy Lynn. You love a good, well done, crinkly fry. Sounds good. I had an Italian meal tonight. It was good. I had an Italian meal. I don't know what a rock bottom is for a narcissist. I think, and I think I read this somewhere, a rock bottom for a narcissist usually comes with age. With age. Meaning they get to a point in their life, probably much older age, where they physically can't go after a person, right? Where they emotionally just can't do it. They don't have the energy, the stamina anymore. They kind of just fade out, fuzz, like they just fizz away. So that to me is a rock bottom, when they just fizz away, when they can no longer be capable of being their narcissistic self with the energy like we see now with Merp. Hey, Muppets. Hey, Jennapalooza. I feel like her rock bottom has a basement at this point. You'd think. I know, just when you think someone's in the basement at rock bottom, it's not. It's under the basement. It's under the basement for some people. And to be screaming at 3 o'clock in the morning, you gotta wonder, I mean, my God. What did her husband, I can't imagine. This is such dysfunction. And I didn't grow up with shit like this. So it really bothers me when I see someone behaving like this. Maybe for some of you, this is kind of like, well, I grew up with my parents yelling, or not me. So this affects me, like my jaw is like drops. Here's my question. Why is it that just because you watch a channel, it means you agree with everything they say? I don't even agree with everything my family says. Very good point. Yeah, so, Merb, from when I was on a Science Girls channel, just briefly, I couldn't stay because I was still with company. But, I heard like streaming Merb, and Merb's like, and you support Hello Starlight. So what? I have friends that on social media and in my real life, I don't agree with everything they do or say. So what? I should leave them? I can't have a difference of opinion? Are you kidding? Jimmy is just back there getting ice out of the fridge like it's just a normal day in the kitchen. Oh my God. That's sad. That is sad to me. If that went on in my house, I swear my father would be probably calling an ambulance for me and sectioning me. If I ever pulled that. Jeez. Or he'd say, we need to talk. You know, we need to talk, little girl. True friends tell you when you've been wrong. Hers aid and abet her evil lies. Well, yeah, that's just it. You've got the enablers, the codependency people, trauma bonding. Who the hell knows? I mean, it's a whole psych case, you know? He knows not to cross her. Look what she does to Scooter. If she varies from the script, poor Scooter. I don't know if I even feel bad for her anymore. She's a grown woman. I'm sorry, but if my friend, look, I got boundaries, talk to me like she talks to Scooter, no. I would put my boundaries down and say, don't you ever, especially in public, talk to me the way you talk to me. How do you sleep at night? How do you sleep? That to me, that's why I think maybe they're trauma bonding or something. You know, birds of a feather flock together. What's another saying about like minds? I don't know. You know what I mean. You know, we tend to gravitate to people who we share similar personalities with, similar interests, whatever. And I think they're cut from the same cloth. It's abusive. It's very, thank you, Ivy Lynn. It is. It is. And when you don't grow up around that, as I didn't, my parents didn't even fight. I mean, I remember looking at them one day, like literally asking them, don't you ever fight with each other? No, we have disagreements. I'm like, oh. But it gives me anxiety to see that between a husband and wife or within a family. And I'm like, that's their normal, you know? It's not mine. Mine's not perfect. I'm sure maybe someone would look at my life and say, that's pretty dysfunctional. They're too quiet. Who knows, you know? Maybe it should have been louder. Maybe I would have been a better problem solver. I don't know. I think I'm an okay problem solver. I'm a procrastinator. But I think that's just my nature. But no, it's very disturbing. Very disturbing to see that. Darn tootin' Tonda. Who's Tonda? Oh, hey, Tonda. You lay down with dogs, you get fleas. Yep. I think somebody, well, maybe, I don't know, maybe Merb, does she have a merch store? She can sell flea collars. Honest to God. As much as that woman pisses me off sometimes because she says a lot of things that are very hurtful to a lot of people I care about without proof. I mean, if she would have showed proof, I'd say, okay, let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. You know, but these channels, no. One goes live, the other one goes live. The other one goes live, then the other one. They can't come together and just talk it out, right? So, Muppets, don't ever let her get you under your skin. She's not worthy. Muppets, look at people like that are going to say the worst things that they can think of. And she may have more. She may have a lot more to come to hurt you and other people. But that's what people like her do. It's only what she can control is her own mouth. She cannot control other people, well, maybe Scooter. But generally, overall, she cannot control other people. She would think she likes to. But rather than think of her as having control over her channel, she's out of control with everybody else. And if anyone were to ever go in her chat and challenge her, you are blocked. You are blocked. Because that's all she can control is her channel. We see people for what they are, not Merb lies, right? A narcissist, listen carefully, When a narcissist exhibits such hatred and venom for other people, it's not that they hate you. They hate who they are. Remember that. They hate who they are. Look it up. Watch videos on narcissists. Watch educators on YouTube talk about, professionals talk about why narcissists do what they do. It is not about the other person. It is about they cannot stand being in their own skin. So they take it out on other people because it is the only pleasure they can find is to harm another person. And we know she has not shown one bit of proof to all her accusations. So to say, oh yeah, well, so-and-so did that. No, they didn't. But it's all she can say to get it off of her and how she feels onto somebody else. We're not stupid people, Merb. We are not stupid people. We're human beings, and we learn. We just don't go to college and say that's the end of our education. We continue and evolve and learn as human beings. And learning about narcissists was really great for me. Not that I was with one in my life, as far as like a partner, but I can look back and see people I surrounded myself with, whether it was at work or a friend. I can now see, you know what, that wasn't me. This is what they are. And I just don't throw the word out on everyone. You're a narcissist. You know, we all have a little bit of it, but no. I learned a lot. I listened to professionals. You know, I've read articles. I've listened to other people on YouTube about their experiences living with a narcissist. And it kind of all fell into place. And it made sense. I was like, yeah, you know, am I diagnosing her? No, but that's what I see in her. Narcissistic traits. I would say at the beginning, I think for the ex-Ramblers, I didn't watch her during the Watts case, but I think when she started meeting people, I want to say maybe she was covert narcissist, kind of like the love bombing. And then the mask came off, and from what we see recently, that's malignant narcissism. All bad. Malignant. Think of a cancer. That is a cancer. That is a malignancy that is out to destroy. Hey, Florida Gray Lady, good to see you. Yeah, Muppets, it is overused. It is overused, but I can't think of anything else that would be based on what I have learned, what I've acquired through knowledge. I can't. I don't think it's anything less than that. Some people throw in borderline personality disorder. I'm not sure about that. I haven't studied that a lot, and I'm not going to diagnose. But I know, I can say with 100% certainty that is someone with a lot of narcissistic traits. Histrionic. See, I don't know a lot about histrionic. Jen. I love that name. Jenna Palooza. I don't know a lot about histrionics. But I'm a curious person, and I'm going to learn. I want to learn. Like, I started learning more about trauma bonding and codependency. Histrionic, I want to learn about. Knowledge is power. Until the Watts case in YouTube, I really had narcissistic people in my radar. Yeah, And I think it comes with the territory. I think on YouTube, social media, it brings out, if someone's a full-fledged narcissist, what a perfect place to land, because you've got your own channel. You don't have a boss really next to you in the office, right? You can control what you can in your own channel. And then you see the dynamics happening. Other people coming in, and the honeymoon period, and then all of a sudden, and this is how Google created their prototype, okay, for their platform, is the more people, and then fighting, disagreements. The likes and the dislikes should never ever have been developed, ever. That is very damaging. Having likes and dislikes, because people tend to look at it, as, am I worthy enough? How many likes do I have? Oh my God, look at all the dislikes, but it gets, YouTube has managed to get people addicted to that. So, I got to do better. I got to do better. Or if they get tons of likes, it gives them that dopamine hit, and they want to do better. They want to keep going live. It's a freaking trap, people. It's a trap. And it's a dangerous trap. Merp's skin is too thin for social media. I could care less about her except for the way she speaks on dreaming, and that is crossing every line to me. No, she just keeps doing it to others. And it will keep happening. She's not going to stop. This will never stop. So you can't sit around and wait for her to change. That won't happen. I can say, you know what, Mer, please. If I bumped into her in the street, or maybe if she's coming to Boston, I'll go to the courthouse to meet her. Why not? I don't know. I don't even know what date it is. Maybe I got the day off. Honestly, if I bumped into her in the street, I would say, just take a break. Please. There's a rainbow behind you, but you gotta turn around and look. You can't look through life through a lens. You know that saying, looking through rose-colored glasses? Hers aren't rose-colored. I don't know what color hers are, but it's crazy. She looks through her glasses and she just sees mayhem and chaos and just negativity. And it's superimposed. It's like zooming in and making the problem more than it ever is. She needs to put the camera down, take the glasses off, turn around, leave the cell phone. Look at, when I take my dog out for a walk, Hank, we still got Hank, he's doing well. He's old, but he's such a good dog. When I take him for a walk, I leave my cell phone at home. I leave it at home. When I'm at work, guess what I'm doing now at work? I don't keep my cell phone on me. At all. At all. It's such a distraction. And all my family needs to know is how to get in touch with me by calling where I work if there's an emergency. But it's so freeing to be away from that friggin' phone. She says haters ruined today vacation at the water. No, they didn't. First of all, we didn't force her to take her cell phone and live stream at the water park. Nobody forced that. I don't know about you, but when I took a vacation a couple of months ago, I didn't go live. It was my vacation. If I wanted to share something great, I probably could have, but I was around people whom I love. I was having a good time, and I just needed a break. Just needed a break. The only person that can ruin her vacation is her. That's it. Her. I'm amazed too how she's on this case I heard with or on people saying they mistreated her boys or whatever, which is not true. and filming them, but she can go to a water park and film half-naked children with wet bathing suits on for hours. But that's okay without the parents' permission. But that's not in a, a place, a business, although it's a public business. Once you walk through the door, it is no longer public. It's not like you're outside and you can just turn the camera on. You're inside a business with minor children. And it's almost like what Zav Girl is doing, right? It's in poor taste. Poor taste. Yes, Zav Girl. It's a crime, the crime photos. But in Merb taking photos of alive children, minors, some of them very little, in wet bathing suits, without regard to reaching out to the family and saying, hey, do you mind? It's in poor taste. Poor taste. I went to the beach and I didn't even make a short. I have videos. That's when I went to Hawaii. I have a lot of videos, but I haven't had the time to even, I think, did I make a video? I thought I did a short. Maybe not. I don't know. I haven't had time between working and just really being busy. Just really, a good busy. Oh, here's the cop. Here's the cop. A good busy. Hi. Oh, he was cute. You can't just do that anymore. No. Hey, Nana Patty, how are you? That was like a child during that. I still feel bad for Florida Gray Lady during the painting episode. What happened during the painting episode? You're welcome, Muppets. And now I heard she's accusing us, of calling CPS again. So we have to hear about that. And I heard the cops were called the other day to her house, but she never got up to meet them. Not buying it. I don't care how many times someone calls the cops on a person. Every single time they have to physically check to see if you're okay. Every single time. It's the quickest way a cop can lose their job, because you never know, and if something did happen. No. She's a poor liar. She's very easy to figure out. It's common sense. But her head is at a level that I can't even reach on the way she thinks shit up. I can't even think like that. But you're going to tell me the cops came to her house because somebody called for a well-being check, and that they never laid eyes on her, but they pulled up? Because she said the cops are here, but they pulled up. But Jimmy went out to meet them, and they're going to take his word? That's not how life works. Maybe on YouTube it works that way, not in real life. Even Barney Fife would go in the house and lay eyes on her to make sure she's okay. She's such a liar. I did want for people to paint in her stream. Going to Boston in August for hubby's birthday, Fenway Park. I'm excited you've never been. Oh my God. That's awesome. You're going to the Fenway. You're going to see the green monster. So when you get into the park, there's a green wall. And that's called the monster. You'll have it. Summertime's such a great time in Boston. You'll have a lot of fun. You'll have a lot of fun. Only in her mind would anyone believe her. Yeah. And why isn't, do you find it weird? She's trashing on everyone, but no word on BBT. What the hell? What in the hell is going on there, people? I mean, she claimed BBT had death threats against her. Not one peep about her. So I'd like to know the secret. How did she get away with that? I want to know. Then maybe we could all do whatever, and then Merb won't talk about any of us. Status hearing tomorrow. For who? Oh, for BBT court? Yeah, well, good luck. I don't know. It's a weird, it's weird. It's really a weird situation. Does Merb think that she's going to sue all of us and have the DA take the cases? Because it doesn't work that way. Not with defamation. I mean, that's all you got on people, supposedly. So if you think any DA in Boston is going to take on all your 35, 45, 55 cases, no. No. J-May, hearing between Merb and BBT. Have you? I mean, I'm not consistently watching anybody. Hey, Jenny Barnes, how are you, dear? Something is occurring there with that. Yeah. Oh, I have to work tomorrow. Is Merb going? I swear, is she going? Maybe I'll call out sick. BBT and I have already met, but Merb, wouldn't that be something? Welcome to Boston. Well, it's not in Boston, the courthouse, but I'm not going to dox where it's at. I'll take her out. I'll buy you a Happy Meal, Merb. And a soda. Merb filed a criminal wiretapping case against BBT. The DA pressed charges. Yeah. So that means even if Merb wanted to drop the case, she can't. It's up to the DA. That's like a lot of abuse cases, domestic violence cases. Even if the wife doesn't want to, or the girlfriend doesn't want to file charges, the DA can. So I guess that's one of those cases with wiretapping. But as far as whatever Merb's gonna, and please, any lawyer would look at her channel and see this shit show going on, and he would lose his reputation for his entire career. No lawyer would pick this shit show up. It is an absolute shit show. So what do you have for evidence, Mrs. Merb? My word. Ma'am, your word is not good enough. We need some evidence, tangible evidence. Do you have video evidence? Do you have a piece of paper, an email with that you know exactly who it's from? Those trolls you're talking about that you accuse people of being. Do you have the evidence? Yeah, you get my point? No, it doesn't work like that. Playing the victim, me, I, doesn't work in a court of law. It's a business, and a judge will tell you that. It's a business here. I don't want to see your dry eyes tearing up, you know. That's another thing. And, excuse me, what's wrong with Merb's eyebrow? Did you see it? I noticed it on Science Girl's stream. Was it her that did it? There was another creator. Was it Analyzer? No, there was another creator who just like did one eye and forgot the other eye. She must have got distracted. Merb filed a career. It's her bangs. Oh, that was her bangs? I thought she put too much pencil darkener on one. She needs to trim her bangs. Are any one of you body language experts? I'm curious. When one grows out their bangs and it hangs over their eyes, does that mean they're trying to hide from the truth? Asking for a friend. For any body readers experts, body reader experts in the chat. Her bangs are growing longer. Is she trying to cover up that truth? I could never have bangs in my eyes. How do you see? Means bangs are cheaper than Botox. Oh, yeah. I got terrible frown line between my eyes. I must have frowned my whole life. Tonda, Deb on the move. Hey, what's up? Good to see you. We're discussing Merb. And yeah, oh, cool. Let me get back to where I dropped off. If I saw her in the street, which I very well could if she shows up for court, like, is this going to a trial or what? What if I get picked on the jury? I don't live in that district, but the last time I had jury duty, I got picked for an out-of-district court because they said that when they tend to pick people in the same area, county, that they're more apt to know the person. So I've been picked once. I got picked. I had to drive 45 minutes to be on jury duty one time, totally out of my county. And I was on the jury. It was a weapons charge. It was a slimy guy, probably in his 30s, who was being charged having an illegal weapon. And when the jury was picked, he has to turn around and he's introduced to all of us, and he winked at me. He winked at me. Ugh. He winked at me. And I got dismissed from the jury. I was like, what the hell did I do? But the fact that he looked at me and winked, the DA was like, gotta go, you gotta go. And I'm like, why? And someone said, distraction, or I don't know. But I was kind of glad. But it sucked because I was there all day, and it was like 4 o'clock when the jurors got picked. And that's when we rolled into the courtroom. And back then, I don't know what they do now, but you're not paid for going there. I think you can claim jury duty at work, so I think I got paid from work. But yeah, I got dismissed. Anyway, if I met Merb, I would tell her to take a vacation. Away from the cell phone. Away. Make memories with your kids. True memories, not through a lens. Not feeling like, that you have to go live. Your friends will be there when you get back. Nobody's going nowhere in this crazy place. Nobody. Well, some people have left. Some people have passed away, which is sad. But the majority of people will be here when you get back. That's what I would say to her. Pussycat was on a murder trial. Someone in my family was on a murder trial as well. Yeah. Did you enjoy it? I don't mean like, oh, this is fun, but did you enjoy it like being on jury duty? Like, did you feel like, you did your service? I can't see those messages. They're blocked, but I can't unblock them. I think she left. Who left? Oh, the jury duty? Yeah. I haven't been called for jury duty since, that was like 9 years ago, but I don't check all my mail either. I'm so bad. I pay all my bills online, most of them. And I just don't look at my mail. I've got the title to my car in a pile of mail. I don't know where it is because my car's paid for. I want to get a new vehicle. I want to get an Audi. No, or an Audi or a Lexus. I can dream, can't I? Brand new. Either lease it, I might lease it, but you think I could find the title to my car now? No. You were on, I think it's an interesting case. Was a stabbing assault in the karaoke bar. Oh, wow. In a karaoke bar. Dana, I miss you too. You coming to Boston? Please tell me you come. Jenna Palooza's coming to Boston in August. Why don't you come in August? We'll all go out. She's going to Fenway Park. You are? Get out. Are you really? Really? Nana, I agree. Low profile. I'm trying to visit a few extra channels. I'm on limited time now, trying not to live on YouTube. All good here, but work can be grueling. Yeah. You are, Dana? Well, stay in touch. What a beautiful time to come to Boston. Dana and I met a year ago, April, I think it was. And I wish we could have spent longer. But I'm grateful that we did meet and it was fun. Boston and not Connecticut. Well, good. So you'll be in my area. Let me know ahead of time the days that you're coming. Email me or text me. And that way I will take time off from work. I will definitely take time off from work. And just like when Eric G came to Boston, he went up the whole Northeast, but we did the duck boat, not the duck boat tours. We did the trolley tours. Even I learned something about my city. Paul Revere, that's all you hear. Don't believe what you hear. Paul Revere was off. He wasn't the best soldier. Oh, the British are coming. There were two other guys that went further than him or did more than him, but they were killed. But they were also warning other people the British were coming. Did they get credit? Nope. You're seeing up to 10 clients daily. Wow, that's a lot. That's like me having 10 patients a day. I can't imagine. That's awesome. So maybe we'll definitely get together. In the notes. Yep. The charting. It is a lot. That's why they call it work. I'm off today, but back to work tomorrow. At Pink, my ancestors are the army of two, the Bates girls of Boston that fooled British ships in 1812. That's amazing. Wow. I'll have to look them up, the Bates girls. You won't be up that way till next year? Well, you let me know when you're coming up, Florida Gray. I'll take you all out for supper. To the North End. Very amazing restaurants there. Right on the water. Jenny, are you a therapist? So yeah, so that's about it. I mean, you know, like I said, you cannot control others on the internet. control what you can, and that is ourselves. We need to make better choices. I promise you, like, when you set your mind to, like, say you don't want to watch somebody because they're too hurtful, and this happens to me, don't watch. Don't watch. Because you know once you do how that makes you feel. It makes you feel angry, makes you feel anxious, palpitations, right? Sad, depressed. Why would you want to put yourself into that situation when you can control where you go on the internet? Nobody is forcing your hand. And nothing is going to happen to you, I promise. Because it brings fear, right? When someone threatens us or we might, even if they don't threaten us, just the way they're talking about us, our mind starts overthinking, right? And it's like, oh God, they could hurt me, especially, if that person's in your own state, or even if they're not in their own state. Maybe they'll get on a plane across country and come to Boston and kill me. It's too easy for our imaginations to really take over. So you don't want to get to that point. You don't. So the only thing to fear is fear itself. So fear is something that we create, right? We most times create fear. And that's why meditation is good. Meditating 10 minutes a day or 10 minutes twice a day. And you'll find within a couple of weeks, I promise you this, your brain will feel lighter. All your thoughts won't be there like they used to be. Like it's like having Velcro in your brain. All these words and what people are saying are stuck on your brain. I promise you, with meditation, you won't have that. You'll have a Teflon brain. Things will just not stick. It's amazing. It's amazing. So control what you can. You can only control yourself and where you choose to go. And you'll be okay, right? Case manager, locum and crisis services, move in many different settings, make lots of referrals. I hate the paperwork involved in medicine. I hate it. I hate it. I'm a hands-on kind of person. I understand true crime, but you cannot let it cross over into the real life in your mind, right? You're documentary right now as we speak. Well, don't screw up and put YouTube in your charting. That will be a mess. Can you go back and addendum? Well, no, see, in medicine, we can't go back and change our charts. We can addendum, but we can't go back if we even spelt a word wrong. But even charting has spell check. So now, but we can't go back and take something out that we put in that we regret or maybe wanted to word differently. We have to addend, which means adding on to an original note and saying, in addendum, blah, 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 blah. I accidentally put YouTube in my charting. Yeah, don't do that. Or don't put MERB in there. They'll be like, what's the medical acronym for MERB? You'll have like a psychiatrist scratching his head. MERB. Medicine, elixir, something, behavior, radical behavior. I don't know. It's not in my book. But anyway, anywho, let's start like that. Anywho, messy, egotistical reactions are a bitch. There's a friggin' acronym for everything, right? You know what bad habit I got into? I'm better now in charting or emails at work, that instead of writing out thank you, TY. I mean, come on. Yeah, so I've caught myself a couple of times like, TY? Is that, I'm sure it's legit, that people probably know at this point what it is, but it's not proper etiquette, in my opinion. In my opinion. I'm surprised Merb hasn't gone after. Maybe she has. Has she gone after me for parodying her? But I swear, I just mimic her. That's all I do. I just imitate her. I can't even parody people anymore. We can only control our behavior by the way our emotions come and go. We don't choose emotions, we feel them, and they always go away. Yes, you're right, Dana. You're absolutely right. You're home and already don't want to go to work tomorrow. Work, 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 work. There's talk of but there's been talk for a long time of 4-day work weeks. I would do it, but you can't do that in medicine. It's usually 12-hour shifts. They still offer 8 hours, but that's the field I chose. But early in my career, you didn't have 12-hour shifts. They were 8-hour shifts. Now it's very common. It's common, 12-hour shifts. But the shortage is so bad, they'll take anything. They'll take, if a nurse says, yeah, I can come in, but I can only do 5 hours, they'll take it. They'll take it. They'll take anything. So, anyway, yeah, so that's that. I'm glad I caught up with everybody. They'll probably be busy until next week. I'm busy this weekend. I'm trying to get in a lot because the summers go fast. Okay, Pink, the MR and I are going to let you know when we go. I really would love to hang with you when we get to Boston. Of course, I gotta go do my notes. Have I told you lately that I'm crazy about you? Oh, have I told you lately that I love you? Thank you. I love you too. Thank you for the pleasant chat, Pink and everyone. You're welcome. It's just, I have a feeling Merp's going to go off again tonight. But like I said, you got to ask people who do this night after night, how's it going for you? Has it changed anything? No. Who does it really affect? It affects the person doing it. It may hurt others, but it truly affects the person. And Sad Guru, my guru who I follow and meditate with, will say your body chemistry when you're angry goes through changes. Within the first couple of minutes of exhibiting anger, yelling, and they've proven it with taking blood from people who are calm, and then they get them pissed off. I don't know how they do it. That would be I would love to be in a clinical trial for that. Yes, Miss Pink, we're doing a clinical trial that you gotta come really calm and then get really pissed off. I mean, how great would that be? But what would they do to get you pissed? Maybe show you YouTube. Or maybe say to you, what's the one thing that pisses you off the most? I'd be like, YouTube. And they would put on the creator you don't like the most, that you just can't stand. and get you angry. And then they take your blood, and then they actually see differences in your blood chemistry, and they're not good. They're not good. So think about that the next time you get angry, that you're actually, our emotions are very attached to our health physically. Pretty sunset. Thanks for coming, everybody. She goes off tonight. Everybody drink when she says Ivy Lynn. Oh my God. We'll all be shit-faced. I'll be going to work tomorrow morning with a hangover. You drank last night? Well, yeah, my friend Ivy Lynn had to take a shot every time her name was mentioned. Yeah. I should hit the liquor store. Oh, no, I think they're closed. It's 9:30. Maybe they close at 10. I don't think I have enough liquor to take a hit every time Merp says Ivy Lynn's name. She's going to sue Ivy Lynn, too. Yeah, well, I'll be drunk in the first hour, in the first 20 minutes. I don't drink either, J-May. But Ivy Lynn wants us to take the challenge. I'll take a sip of my Starbucks espresso double shot drink every time she says Ivy Lynn. I'll be on a caffeine high. Merb is not getting my view. Good. She shouldn't. I do not watch her. I don't watch her unless like someone texted me. I did watch her first 2 drama streams, and I was just like jaw to the floor, like, oh my God, again, Merb. And last night, was it last night? I can't even keep up it straight. Or the night before, I don't know. I was actually sleeping, and my phone's on vibrate. And I looked, and it was like 2:45 in the morning. I go, it's YouTube calling. And I watched her for like 3 minutes, and I'm like, I'm going back to bed. But I caught a lot more of it on Science Girls. And even after Science Girl was done streaming, there were people in the chat like, oh, thank God, it's over. It's over. But, and then I left the stream. But that's that. She had 6,000 views last night. She's loving it. Good for her. Rack up that money, because you'll need it, because this shit will make anybody have a stroke. And then you'll have medical bills to pay. To me, there's no such thing as making money on YouTube. It goes somewhere. And if you're making good money, I'm telling you, you're probably an emotional wreck. 6,000 saw her to be a whole ass fool, right? It's like selling your soul, I wouldn't do it for no amount of views. I just would not do it. No way. No way. But that's Merb, and that is, people, the narcissist. With no proof. With no proof. So be well to yourselves. Take a break from her. She can't hurt you. She can't. If you think she's going to get up on a plane or take her bicycle to your house, it's not going to happen. She's too superficial and self-centered to think about anybody else in that way. And again, remember, narcissists, it's not the people that they lash out at. It's not them. It's about her not liking who she is. And that's a fact. That is an absolute fact. All right. There's so many trials going on right now, yet she doesn't even try. Yeah, she's got to change her angle at that. She's blaming everyone else for her channel tanking or whatever. And she's got to get thicker skin. I mean, people have accused me of shit from fucking 3 years ago, and I'm like, what am I going to do? Go live? No, I don't care enough. I know my truth, and you all should be the same way. Know your truth, you know? And it's just people showing who they really are, you know, who are gonna, you know, be that obsessive. So Merb is showing everybody who she is. We all know that. So, yeah. All right, everybody. Be well. Much love to everybody. Her behavior up is a nice little bowl. Laugh my head up. Oh, she wants attention. She's getting it. But it's not a good attention. It's not. It's not. She thinks she's in control, but she's out of control. So, you know. So that is that. That is that. Another day. But enjoy life. Get out. Look at my thumbnail. Look at the guy lifting up what he thinks are the trees in the sky. And it's not. It's a curtain. So put the camera down, Merb. Shut off the social media. Turn around. Lift up that stupid curtain of life you live within and start breathing in a little bit of reality. Breathe in a lot of reality. It's beautiful out there, Merb. It really is. And life is short. Life is very short. All right. Good night, everybody.